Okay, welcome to another book review. And hello, 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 hello. Thank you for coming. And so this is, as you can see, this is not really a book. It's audio CDs. So 40, no, 11 compact disc CDs and 12 hours. And this, of course, the name is popular: Eat, Pray, Love, Elizabeth Gilbert. And this was published almost over a decade ago, so 2006, like 12 years ago. And here I am thinking that I didn't read this book. So I forgot what led me to pick this one up. But anyway, so listening to this, I realized midway through listening to the CD that I have actually either read or listened to this before. This was midway through listening to it. So I guess the first time when I first read it or something, maybe, who knows, maybe it was something I kind of skipped through because I wasn't really feeling it or something. But that's why sometimes it's always good to give your books a second try. And this time I got through the whole CD, and I mean, the title sums it up. She ate a lot in Italy, she prayed a lot in India, and she loved, or, found love again in Indonesia, Bali. So she was in Bali, she was in Rome, I think, and traveling throughout Italy. And I would say that this book is about one woman's journey to self-discovery at a later stage in a later stage in life. At like how old was she? She was 34 maybe. And the author, she's popular, so she has an Instagram account and everything, so you can follow her on there. But I think my takeaway from this book, or what I thought was interesting, is because I wanted to actually compare a book and a movie together at the same time. So what I did is, as soon as I got through with the book, I watched the movie. So the same day I finished the book, I watched the movie, which was about 2 hours. And I'd have to say that the way Hollywood does things, or like the message in the movie, was different than the message in the actual book. And I will say this because I felt like the movie was trying to be more of a love story than what it actually was, which is a self-discovery journey that really did not have that much to do with love. It just happens that in Indonesia and Bali, she opened up her heart again. And so, to be honest, if I had to rate the movie and the book, I would rate the book higher than the movie because I got more from the book, I felt like, than I did from the movie. I love Julia Roberts, so her playing that part was great, because if I feel like if they got anybody else to do it, it might not have been that great. I don't know, but in the movie, I liked the scenes, the scenes in Italy, because you actually got to see the food, versus when you read the book, it's like you're I promise I wouldn't take forever with this book review because it's a popular book and a lot of people have probably reviewed it already. But the images of the food and the way she was enjoying the food in the movie was like, it's visual stimulation, versus hearing it or reading it is not so much so that the images of her eating the pasta and making the food and just enjoying Italy, I enjoyed most in the movie versus the actual book. But the rest, the India and the Bali, I enjoyed it more in the book, especially the Bali Indonesia part, because I felt like the book was trying to romanticize it, and that's not really what the book was about. And so that's why my preference is for the book. So I feel like before you watch the movie, you should read the book. And this book right here, I don't remember what I've rated it. Probably a 3, maybe 4. I don't know, a 3. But yeah, I enjoyed it. It's an easy read, and I feel like it's because of the author. The author just sometimes, when you're a good storyteller, you can share your adventures in your life and everything with the world in a inclusive way. And so, just in general, like, you could tell through her travels that she was a friendly person, and people were attracted to her because of her friendliness and her storytelling. So the author is a storyteller. And then what I liked about the audiobook is that it was read by her. And typically, when you have an author reading their own work or their own books, I don't really enjoy it that much. I don't really like it. But in this case, I did enjoy Elizabeth Gilbert's reading her own book. And so, yeah. So that's all, I mean, that's all I want to say. I feel like if you are into, let's say, for example, you have this urge or this itch to travel, or like to try and figure out your life, then the book will resonate with you. But if you're a more simple person and you know exactly what you want out of life, and you know exactly who you are, you know, like, this is what I'm gonna do, this is the career I'm gonna follow, I'm gonna get married, have children, blah blah blah, then you might not really care so much for the book. But if you are an adventurer, if you are a free-spirited person, if you've always longed to travel, then I feel like this book is a good material to have for that. So yes, I'd recommend it if that is what you're into. But if that's not what you're into, then I wouldn't recommend it so much, because you might not get through it. Maybe that's why the first time I didn't get through it. I'm not sure. But yeah, 2 times, I guess. Read it 2 times. Read it, listened to it, and watched the movie. So what can I say? Maybe that's why it's on the bestsellers list. I don't know. But check it out. If you have time and you enjoy reading, read the book and save the movie for a lazy night in.